As I had explained in my last video, Ivan III unifies the Russian lands into a single political entity, forming the Tsardom of Russia and thus becoming Ivan the Great due to his great achievements. In 1547, his grandson Ivan IV would become Tsar of Russia. His reign is one filled with great trials and tribulation, most of which are self-inflicted, and thus he would be known to history as Ivan the Terrible. This is his story. In 1530, Ivan IV is born. His father dies in 1533, meaning Ivan IV becomes Grand Prince of Moscow, aged just 3. His mother rules as regent until 1538, where she is allegedly assassinated by the nobles. The nobles then fight for power between each other. This pulls apart the Russian realm, and Ivan holds a great resentment for them due to this. In 1547, Ivan becomes Tsar of Russia. Tsar means Caesar. Caesar is the title that the Roman emperors would use, Byzantine and Roman emperors. This reiterates Moscow's claim to being the third center of Christian orthodoxy after Rome and Constantinople, which had fallen in 1453. You see, there was a dilemma that Ivan IV had to overcome. Russia had no direct access to the open sea. This meant Russia could not trade with other countries, and so Russia could not grow wealthier. To solve this, Ivan invaded Livonia. Livonia being the area which is modern-day Lithuania and Estonia, triggering the Livonian War. Russia was initially successful until Poland and Lithuania joined the war and pushed back the Russian forces back into Russia. Eventually, Sweden and the Crimean Khanate would also attack Russia. At this point, Russia is just getting jumped by everybody. And then this climaxes when the Crimeans burned down Moscow in 1751. Due to these dire circumstances, Ivan would ask the Pope to negotiate an armistice between the two parties. This armistice would be agreed on by 1583, which would bring the war to a close. 24 years of war, and Ivan had nothing to show for it at a terrible cost. He began to shift his focus on the nobles who had performed terribly during the war.